Alright, so this week we're looking at 3 different topics. So the first one we're looking at is a stem and leaf plot, or an ordered stem and leaf plot, although all stem and leaf plots must be in order. Now to draw a stem and leaf, you want to set up your graph or table so it looks like this. Now this is your stem on the left and all here is your leaf. Now your leaf can only be a single digit, so for example the last digit, the units 1, 4, 2, 1, 0. So your stems in this case will also be 1 digit long. So you've got to find the smallest number, which looks like it's 30. Just double check that. And then your largest number, which looks like 61. So your stems are your tens in this case, so they go 30, 40, 50, 60, and we only write the 1 digit for there. Now your leaf, so you start off with the smallest number is 30, so the digit there is 0. Now 31s, we've got 1, 2 31s, so we do 2 1s. We have 34, 34. We have 35. I don't think there's any other 30s. Right, so we've got 40, so it's 0. 43. 2 44s. 45. And that's all the 40s. Now the 50s, we have a 51. 2 52s. 54 and a 55 and a 61. Just make sure I've crossed everything out. Oh, I missed another 54 there. So again, you'd want to rub that out really, or you'd try and get sneak your 4 in there. Probably what I do in this situation. And cross it out like that. Best thing to do is count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, so I've got them. Now this gets you 2 marks. You can see it's a 3-mark question, so you need to do a key. You can pick any number you want, so for example if you looked at the 51, 5 line 1, which equals 51. The reason we do this is because the original data could be in decimals, you know, it could be a 5.1 in the question, which means the stem and leaf would look exactly the same, but your key would be different. So that's your stem and leaf. Must be in order, must have a key. Now for question 2, we're doing a back-to-back stem and leaf. Now for a back-to-back stem and leaf, it's almost exactly the same as the first question, but this time when you set it up, your stem is in the middle. Because we've got 2 different types of data, I'll just extend this line. So we've got girls and boys. So, for example, your girls, now we need to find the smallest number for both. It looks like a 43, or there's a 30 there. There's none in the 20s, and then it goes to a 90. So 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So there is our back-to-back stem and leaf set up. Now again, we put these in order. So I'm going to do the girls first. So the smallest number here is 35. Then we've got a 43 and a 47. So 43, 47. So on this side, the smallest number in the middle and going out. Now the 40s, sorry, the 50s, 52, 54, 57, 2, 4, 7. Now the 60s, we've got 2 62s, a 63 and a 64, 2 62s, a 63 and a 64. We have a 71 and a 73, an 85 and 86. And that's all of them. Now for the boys, we have a 34 and a 35. We have a 44. We have 53, 61, 63, 65. And we have a 72 and a 74. We have an 82, an 82 and an 86. And we have 2 93s. So there's our 2 marks for drawing the ordered stem and leaf. This is exactly what it should look like. And our key So you could have, let's go for the top one, 5, 3, 4 equals 35 for the left and 34 for the right. So you could label as well girls and boys, and then you have girls equal, boys equal. As you key in this situation, there you can see it. So ordered stem and leaf of that one, back-to-back stem and leaf there. Now pie graphs. Now you might have seen pie graphs before, so they can give you some information and they tell you to put it into a pie graph. First thing you need to know is degrees. So you need a degrees column, and you need to know that all angles inside a circle add up to 360. And then we're going to add up our frequency. This is a calculate question, so let's use that. 52 plus 26 plus 65 plus 13 is 156. So our frequency adds up to 156, but we want it to add up to 360. So we want to know how do we go from there to there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 360 divided by 156, and as a fraction, we'll do it as a fraction because it's a horrible decimal, it's 30 over 13. So basically, to get this number here, I did that number divided by that number, because that's how I get this. So for each of these numbers now, I'm going to times them by our 30 over 13. So 30 divided by 13, then multiply by 52, and you get 120. Let's do that again. 30 divided by 13, which is our number we're multiplying it by, times it by 26 is 60. 30 over 13 times it by 65 is 150. And 30 divided by 13 multiplied by 13 will give us 30. Now to double check we've done this correct, these four numbers should add up to 360. So 120 plus 60 plus 150 plus 30. Yep, so we have done it correct. Now here's our pie graph here. Now this has already been split up, so this is done so the question might help us out. And they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So because there's 360 degrees in the circle and we've got 12 sections, alright, each of these little angles here is 30 degrees. So that's a 30 degree section, 30 degree, 30 degree, 30 degree. Which means the reason this question is nice for us is we can see that the Toyota is 120, 30, 60, 90, 120. That's 4 sections. So if I draw them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 4s are 120. So your Toyota section is all of this. So this is where colouring it in might be quite handy. So you could see it. All right, Toyota done. Next is a Holden section 60. Well, that's 30, 60. So our Holdens are 2 sections. A Ford, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. So your Ford is all of these sections. And finally your Mercedes, one lot of 30 degrees, it works. Okay, so again, colours would help here. I'm going to make the line a bit thicker so you can see. So this question was specifically designed to be done easier for you. So you could have done this in any order you wanted, as long as 4 sections of Toyota, 2 are Holden, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are Ford, and 1 out of them is Mercedes. So that's our pie graph completed there. And finally, we're going to go on to histograms. Again, make sure you can look back through that. Colouring in would be useful. So a histogram is like a column graph, but for continuous data. So the first thing we need is our frequency. So a random sample of the heights of Year 7 children is given below. So we need to put that into here. The reason we need to use grouped, because if this was a normal frequency table, it would have about 30 different rows. So let's have a look. So so this is bigger than equal to, so from 130 up to just less than 140. So anything that starts with a 1 and a 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. From 140 to 150, it includes 140, so it's everything that starts with a 1 and 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Beginning with the 1/5s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 160s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And finally the 170s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we finished our frequency table. Now to draw this, so we need to put our axis in. So we can see that our height goes from 130 to 180 and our frequency goes up to 11. So I'm going to use this grid provided. So I'm going to draw a line 2 in here. And I'm going to plan this out. 130, so if I went up in 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, that would be 140, 2, 4, 6, 8, 150, 2, 4, 6, 8, 160, 2, 4, 6, 8. Right, so that would fit in, so that's perfect. And I'm going to draw it just up here as well. Obviously you can move your axis where you want. So then every 5, I'm going to be drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My scale here, and so I'm going to start off on 130, then go to 140, 150, 160, 170, up to 180. And my frequency must start from 0, and I need to get to 11. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so we're going to go up in 2s because that will fit in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. And then I'm going to label these 11, 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you'd usually want a bit of a gap actually between your 130 and the axis to draw a frequency polygon. I haven't in this situation, but if I did this I would move backwards for this scale. But let's just draw our columns in anyway. So my 11 would be a bar that high, the next one would be up to 10, next one would be 6, the next one then goes up to 8, which is there, and the final one is 7, which is there. So then I can draw these bars in. There we go. So as you can see, a histogram is like a column graph that's all stuck together. Now I'll mention this again because I've just received the question, I didn't read it. You need to include a frequency polygon, which means that you plot the middle of each of the bars like this, and you would want the middle afterwards and the middle before. So unfortunately, as I said, I should have started from 120 and gone to 190. So wherever you are here, you should have gone to either side, because then when you join it up, this is our frequency polygon it's called, and it's an extra mark to join up the middle of each bars as such. So there's our histogram, there's our frequency polygon. I personally here would have lost 1 mark because of my scale, should have gone from 120 to 190, but again that's something that hopefully you'll remember more. Now actually here it asks us to comment on the trend of this histogram. Now the trend means, is it skewed more to the left or more to the right? It's not easy to say, so I would actually say that there's no skew. And you could argue that it's mainly more positive, like more of the data is down this end, but there's not too much data to suggest otherwise anyway. But if you did say a slight positive skew, you could also get the mark there. So you need to watch through this video a few times and make sure you understand how to do stem and leaf, pie graphs and your histograms.